Good morning, and welcome to our AARP live yoga class. My name is Jane, and I'm so glad to be here. So first things first, let's just cover a couple of things. One, if you haven't been doing any exercise recently, we encourage you, we urge you to seek advice from your healthcare provider, just to make sure that you're doing any physical activity safely and appropriately for where your body is in this moment. Thanks so much to AARP Virgin Islands. This is awesome. Ever since COVID, they've been bringing you both this yoga class and a Soka fitness class, and I'm very grateful to them, and I hope you guys are all too. It's a free class, and I hope that they're of great benefit to you. If nothing more than to just give you some of your own time to do something good for you, healthy for you, an opportunity to practice mindful awareness, and an opportunity for some self-care and some self-love. So this practice today with me is what I would call gentle yoga. I believe in absolutely sharing and teaching what I practice. And as I have aged and am aging and stepping into my third act, it's important that I honor my body where it is in any moment. And so that doesn't mean where it was yesterday or where I hope it's going to be tomorrow or next year. It means right now. And I hope you can bring that to your practice too. Yoga can be many things to many people. And for some people it's a workout, for some people it's a stretch. For some people it's just time on the mat to be with yourself. For some people it's about an exploration into who you are, your body, your mind, and your heart. So whatever it is for you, I hope this is of benefit. So thanks to Breathe St. Thomas also, who is my home-based studio, and between them and AARP, they are hosting this class for you guys today. The class should be up in the archives there on the AARP Virgin Islands Facebook page. And so if now's not a good time, just know it'll be there for you to practice whenever you feel so inclined. So let's begin finding our seat. It could be on a chair, it could be on the floor, a bunch of cushions. I'm sitting on a bolster. It could be also sitting on bricks. And you see what my brick says? It says love. That's because I view yoga as a loving kindness practice. Certainly the way I do it and the way I like to share it. If it's not feeling good, then it's not good. And I want it to feel good for you, okay? So we'll begin by just finding our seat. Sitting tall, erect back, not tight and stiff, but erect. Soft front, strong back. And we begin by just having a little acknowledgement of where we're at. How do things feel as we sit here? We recognize where it's tight, where it's sore, perhaps. And then we draw the attention to our breathing. Just your natural organic breath. Don't fake anything, just breathe. And pay attention to each and every breath. What can you notice there? Maybe it's the belly moving in and out. Maybe it's the chest. Maybe it's the nostrils. And as we focus our attention on just one thing in this moment, the breath, what we're doing is we're allowing that ever chattering active, overactive thinking mind to just calm down. And in that way, we are down-regulating the nervous system. And if you're feeling a little anxious or a little disturbed, aggravated, for whatever reason, the invitation is to take an inhale and then double the timing for your exhale. And you could even sigh it out through the open mouth. The idea being that an exhale is a surrendered breath. The inhale is a doing breath. It's taking an action. The exhale is the letting go or the releasing. And when we do that, it sends a message through the vagus nerve up to the brain that says, chill, tranquille. And that's really good for us. All right. I like to begin practice with my hands in prayer or namaste in front of the heart. Close my eyes and offer the sound Om as an opening. So feel free to do this in your own spaces. Inhale. Okay, let's do some warm-ups from a seated position. On the exhale, we're going to gently round the shoulders, pulling the belly back to the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, the reverse, lifting it up, heart reaching for the sky, gazing up. Exhale, round. Three more, flowing this with your breath. And coming back to a neutral, erect spine. Then we're going to take the hands and walk them forward with a flat back, bringing the heart towards the earth, taking your time, moving slowly. The end position is way less important than the journey to get somewhere, to be somewhere, and to move the body. So try not to focus on some end position. Breathe and sense and feel your body here. Slowly begin to draw yourself back up. Reach the fingers behind you, hands behind you. Let the fingers point away from the body. Lean back into the arms and draw the heart up to the sky. And make sure the neck feels okay here. A lot of us are so tight in the neck and the shoulders, the upper back. Make sure there's still a sense of ease, even as you invite this exploration of movement into the body. Mindful movement. Drawing navel back to spine, always protecting the core, the lower back. This time, drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. Right. Perhaps releasing the left hand down to beside you. If that side of the neck feels super tight, maybe you want to just drop the chin down more to the chest. Roll it a little bit over to the left. Roll it back to the right. And then rest the ear over the shoulders. See if that helps somehow. You could find a little forgiveness there. Inhale it up and drop it over to the other side. The exhale is always an invitation to ask yourself, what can I let go of here? In the case of a tight, stiff body, it's like, what part of the body can I soften? When we're tight and we soar, we're holding tension in a place. So we can invite ourselves to try to let something go. Maybe we shake the arm out in the hand. Maybe we try moving the head a little bit here. Does that help? And inhale it up. This time let's take a side bend. So reaching the right arm out to the side. Inhale, left hand touches the sky. Exhale, begin to fold over to the right. Keeping the chest nice and open. Try not to fold the chest in. Keep it wide and open, coming to the front of your space. Noticing all the action you may be feeling in the hip area. Not doing any pain. It's certainly a challenge. It's great information. It's great feedback. Inhale, taking it on up, and exhaling to the other side. Sense and feel. And drawing it back on up. Lastly, let's take a little twist to one side. So we keep the spine long and tall. We're lifting up out of the hips, which helps lengthen the spine, lengthen the torso, and just gently twisting over to one side. As we draw the belly back to the spine, we find that we create a little more space to help facilitate the twist. And then bring it around for the other side. And back through center. Good, and then let's shake the hands out. And draw the arms out to the side and begin to have this small little twist in the torso, side to side. So beginning to bring in a little more sped up movement here. We're not really moving the arms, we're just moving the torso. And back through center. Same thing now, coming with the arms all the way up. So we breathe it up. And we exhale it down. And then we speed it up. Good. Shake up the shoulders and then roll them up and back. Breathing in to lift them up, exhaling to drop them back. And the other way. Lift them up at the back, dropping them forward. Good. Let's get onto all fours. We're going to do some cats and cows and a couple more little opening stretches, particularly good for the spine. So the knees are hip distance apart here. Hands beneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, resting on the top of our feet and creating a tabletop flat back. Okay, on an inhale, we're going to reach for cow. Just as we did when we were seated. Tailbone reaches in the sky, heart reaches forward, gazing forward. And on the exhale, we're going to round up for cat. Really let the shoulders round, push deeply into the hands, navel to spine, chin to chest. Inhale, reach for cat. Exhale, round for cat. Flowing with your breath now. 3 more. Keep your attention in your body. So you get to experience all of this and create that beautiful feedback loop. Breath and sensation. As we move, mindfully, carefully, appropriately for where we're at. And come to land back in tabletop position. And then we want to reach the right leg back behind us, turn the right toes under, and just rock a little bit back and forth. Really feeling out all the musculature in the back of the right leg. Okay? And then we want to pop the right leg up into the sky. And the hip points are still facing down towards the earth. And right away we're starting to work with our core, right? We can feel the engagement required to allow us to balance here. On an exhale, bend the leg under and bring it through, knee to forehead. On the inhale, take it back out. Flex the foot strongly and push the heel to the back of the space. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reach. 3 more. Good. Then release the left arm alongside the left ear. Fingers coming to the front of your space. Push that heel to the back of your space. Breathe. Then lower the hand down. Lower the right foot down onto the mat, toes facing to the center of the room. And reach for a side modified plank. So it's like a side bend we did seated, right? Breathe, sense and feel, opening the chest up towards the right, perhaps gazing up. And then lower the right hand down, lower the legs so they're side by side, the knees, and send the left leg back. Toes turned under, rocking backwards and forwards. Always know if you have any problem with your knees, it's always a good idea to keep a little soft bend in them so that you don't hyperextend, right? Good. And then pop the leg on up. And take a couple of breaths here. Feel yourself steadying, getting quiet in the body, stabilizing the body, which will stabilize the mind. And hug it under, bring it forward on the exhale. Knee to forehead or knee to nose. Inhale it back out. Push to the back of the room. 4 more. And then reach the right arm alongside the right ear. And see if we can find a balance. If it's not appropriate, place the hand back down. But give it a try. And then lower the hand. Place the left foot down on the ground. And begin to reach for a modified side plank. Just notice everything you can. And bring the knees down. Let's open the legs by bringing the big toes together and the knees widening, and reach the hips back towards the heels until we can find a soft place to land. You might use a bolster, you might use a block to rest the head, or even if that's too much, to rest the forearms. Maybe you just rock back a little bit, just exploring how we can get the hips to move back towards the heels. If this is too much for the knees, just move the feet a little apart. Find a way that you can do this, because this is child's pose, right? Balasana. So it's meant to feel really good, really soft, and really open. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing a big chest breath. And so what you should feel is that the back body is really expanding and then softening. Imagine it's like a bird teaching its babies how to fly, right? When they're little, before they can fly. And so Mama Bird is explaining to them how you need to build some strength to flex the wings, right? Good, and then rock forward. Let's turn the toes under and reach up for our first down dog. And pedal the legs and feet. Finding a soft way into this foundational position of down dog. I like to keep the feet hip distance apart or closer, but no wider. However, find your way in to what feels right for you. On an inhale, we're going to reach the body forward, keeping the hands and feet where they are for a high plank. So we don't want to lower the hips here because that places tension into the lower back and the discs. So draw the navel up to the spine so we can flatten and protect our core, and then push it back for down dog. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Hold it here, take a breath. And on the exhale, lower the knees down. Resting on the top of the feet here. Bring the chin and chest down to the earth, keeping the pelvis off the earth. Hugging the elbows in towards the body. Then lower the pelvis. Keeping the hands beside the chest. Release the shoulders up and back. Inhale, just draw the head up a little bit. And on the exhale, soften it down to the earth. And again, draw the head up. Exhale. Try coming up a little higher this time. And one more at that same height. Again, if it's not comfortable on your lower back, widen through the legs, it may help. And now we're going to come up all the way, but we're going to stay on the knees. We're going to come up all the way so we're standing in the arms, straight arms. And then turn the toes under at the back and just lift the knees off the earth, drawing the heart forward, and then lift the belly and push it all back for down dog. Let's try that one more time. We're going to inhale plank, exhale either knees down or soften all the way down to the earth. Chaturanga Dandasana. Then scoot forward, come all the way up or to wherever up is for you. This may be enough on the knees. And then take it back for down dog. You could also take it back for Balasana, right? So if you were up here, you could just turn the toes under and reach the hips back for a modified Balasana. That's perfectly good too. Let's all meet up in down dog. And then let's walk the feet into the hands. Straight legs, if possible. Feel how that lifts the hips all the way up. Tailbone reaches for the sky. Bend the legs and create a tabletop for your chest and your belly to rest on your thighs. Let the head go. Shake it yes and no. Let it be soft. Inhale, tabletop, flat back. Reaching the heart forward. And exhale, fold it in. And roll it up. Like we're stacking the vertebra, one at a time. All the way up. And drop the hands down in front of the heart. Okay. Good job. Staying at the front of your mat. Inhale, take it on up. Clasping the hands at the top. Exhale, reach up. Center to the sky. Keep reaching on the next inhale. And exhale, take a right side bend. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, take the left side bend. Inhale, up again. Exhale, open the arms and twist the torso to the right. And inhale it up. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale it up. And exhale, float it all the way down. Inhale, tabletop, flat back. Exhale, take the plank. Hold 3 breaths. If it's better for you to be on your knees, that's fine. Work appropriately and intelligently with your body where it is. And everyone meet back in down dog. And again, walk the feet into the hands. To the front of the mat. Inhale, tabletop. Heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold it in. Roll it up. Dropping the hands down in front of the heart. All right, we're going to do a little warrior sequence. Warrior 1, 2, and 3 with some stretches in between 2, okay? So let's start. I'm going to start facing this way. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, take the right leg back. Lower the right foot down, 40-45 degree angle. And reach all the way up. Nice deep surrendered bend in that left knee. Aim for the left knee to be somewhat over the ankle versus the toes. If you want to look for a little back bend here, we just think about reaching the front body up, 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 gazing up to the sky. Dropping the right hand down the right thigh. Inhale, big stretch up, touching the sky with the left hand, and hands clasped behind the back. Inhale, pull them away from you, away and lift, and with a flat back, bring the hands and arms up and over as you fold in. Humble warrior. Inhale, strong core engagement as you come up. One more, left hand touches the sky, and hands clasp. Up and away, flat back, fold in. Hands reach down, Gently each side of the front foot. Take it back. Down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, either knees down or come all the way down. If you have a nice strong core, scoot forward and up. And take it back for down dog. Let's bring the right foot forward and through. Left foot lowers. 45 degrees. Warrior one on the other side. Breathe. Sense and feel. Soft shoulders. Gazing up or straight ahead. Left hand down the back of the left thigh. Sweep the right arm up. Hands behind the back. Inhale, reach them back, up and away. Folding in, humble warrior. One more. And gently hands down each side of the front foot. Take it back. Down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees soften to the ground. And come to land. Take it up for up dog. And either back into Balasana or back to down dog. Come up on the toes, bend the knees, send the tailbone super high in the sky, look forward. Crouching tiger, hidden dragon, I call this. And step, walk, jump into the hands. Inhale, tabletop, exhale, fold. And roll it up. All the way up. Dropping the hands down to namaste. All right, let's do some warrior two. Coming to the front of the mat. How are you feeling? If you were in my class, I'd be really looking at you and say, how are you feeling? And make sure you're feeling good and appropriate. And you're enjoying the challenge in combination with a feeling of loving kindness for yourself in your practice this morning. Okay, I hope you are. Inhale, reach it up. And take it down. Tabletop. Right leg comes back. Let it land. Wiggle the arms all the way up to establish warrior two. Okay. Same thing here. Check it out. Knee over ankle. Because see, you can try it and see for yourself how it is. You bring that foot back a lot towards the body. And then you bend. For me, no can do. Because it puts a strain, pressure on the kneecap. So it's all about knowing your body and then honoring it, right? Where it is. But as much surrender as you can do here in that left leg is great. So we're going to do that same sort of stretch. Drop the right hand down the right thigh, sweeping the left arm up and to the back of the mat. Left side bend. Inhale, lift it on up. And this time, bring the right arm over for the side bend. Now, if you've got blocks, you can use a block to rest your hand on. Inhale, take it up. One more time, each way. Exhale it back. Feel that big lifting, stretching, opening in the left side of your body. And take it up. Or you can rest the arm on the thigh. Soft shoulders. Opening, widening the chest up to the right. Good. And then windmill the arms down each side of the front foot. And take it back for down dog. And now I know you know exactly where we're going, right? Chaturanga Dandasana in a way that makes sense for you. Good, and we're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to turn around this way in case you want to see me here. We're going to have the right foot forward this time. Left foot lands. And windmill our way up to Warrior Two. Soft shoulders here, guys. Soft shoulders. Take a couple of nice big breaths. Release any tension in the body. When we start trying, the mind says, oh, I got to try this. And has maybe some prejudgment about how it's supposed to look. Forget about how it's supposed to look. How does it feel? That's the only thing that matters here. Gazing over the right hand, far into the beyond. This is Warrior Two. The invitation is to steady yourself here. Feel stable, strong, like a warrior. Inhale, take it up, and exhale it, side bend to the back of the mat. And side bend to the front of the mat. And one more. Back up and windmill the arms down. Each side of the front foot, take it back. Down dog. Let's walk the feet into the hands. Straight legs if possible. Lifting the hips super, super high. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, forward. And roll it up. All the way up. And drop the hands down in front of the heart. Take a couple of breaths here. Rock forward and back on the feet. I want you to find your center of gravity here. Just to feel it in the body. Where does it feel like there's the most balance, alignment, comfort, and ease? Standing on your two legs and feet. Many of us are inclined to stand to the front of the feet on the toe mounts. And that could be a metaphor for impatience, wanting the next moment. Many of us stand on the back, on the heels. And perhaps people who do that are a little reticent about stepping into the next moment. They like to hang back, kind of waiting to see when it's safe or when it's appropriate to step in. So it's very interesting how we stand, how we walk, energetically, very interesting. Okay, Warrior Three. So this is a balancing posture for sure. Take advantage of a wall, a balustrade, back of a chair, whatever you have close at hand to support you. Again, it's sort of bringing the world to meet you where you are, okay? So do take advantage of anything that's going to be of benefit. Otherwise, we are coming to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, tabletop, flat back. Exhale, right leg goes back. And now establish balance on this left foot and leg. Arms be by your side, switch the weight all the way onto the left leg until you can raise the right leg up. You can take your arms out to the side. You can take them to the front. Doesn't matter, you can have them in prayer. And then bend both legs. Let the feet come to land. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, bend the legs, take the left leg back. Shift the weight until we can come forward. Again, utilizing any prop you may have close at hand. Bending both legs. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, bend the legs. Bring the feet in together. Let the inside of the toes touch, inside of the ankles, and sit back down like you're in a chair. This is called chair, Utkatasana. Okay? So you know all the weight is going to be in the back of the heels here. And the legs are strongly bent, as much as they can be. It's like a version of a squat, right? You can draw the arms up. Takes a little bit more stamina here to do so. Or you could keep them here in prayer. We're going to twist. So on the inhale, we lift up out of the hips. And on the exhale, we twist over to the right. Leveraging the elbow into the outside of the right knee. And leveraging by pushing the knee into the elbow. Drawing the belly back so we have space to facilitate this twist. Hands remain in front of the heart. Fold it down. Tabletop. Reach the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, sit back down. Place the hands either in prayer or above the head. Take a breath. And on the exhale, come around for the twist on the other side. And release it down. Inhale, tabletop. This time, I want you to place your right foot over your left foot. So we cross the legs. And once you feel solid and stable there, now fold it. Utkatasana, the forward bend. You probably feel a big pull up the glute, right? Hamstring, glute, gluteus maximus. Inhale, swap the feet. Let's place the left foot over the right foot. And exhale, fold it in. Big stretch, y'all. And unfold the legs and roll it up. All right, let's do one more standing posture. Let's do Vrikshasana, tree. Okay? So when we think about tree, a couple things need to be happening for a tree to thrive. One, it has to be well rooted, right? So as a human wanting to emulate a tree, we want to make sure that we think about roots growing from under our feet. And we just take a moment of thinking before we start doing and being a tree to think about how that could feel in the body. How strong do I feel standing here on one leg and rooting into the ground through a whole network of other trees' roots, which does what? Supports me, right? There's a great feeling of groundedness, rootedness, and burst. The other thing that a tree needs is sunlight. So the lower body is busy with earthing and grounding, but everything from the legs on up is looking to reach for the sunlight. Okay? So there's a sense of lift. So it's this beautiful kind of dichotomy. And in many of the yoga poses we find this, right? So let's try. Doing it on something squishy is much more challenging than doing it on flat earth, a tile, or a hardwood floor, or whatever. So just know that, and like take it easy. We're just going to be a tree, right? So be chill, and if you fall out, no problem. You just try again. That's the practice. It's the practice of yoga. It's the practice of meditation. It's the practice of mastering anything. It's just a practice. So we come back and we try it again. All right. So you can have foot on foot or foot next to foot. You can have foot and calf. You can have foot and thigh. You can have foot and hip joint, hip crease. Doesn't matter where it is. The idea is just to be on one leg. In this case, the left leg is our trunk. Branches. Okay? Arms and hands. So establish your tree. We're going to take about 6 breaths on each side. It's nice to begin tree here. Really feel the back of the thumbs pressing against the sternum. So you feel some connection in this heart area. For a minute, just think about rooting and reaching for sunlight. You're a tree in this moment. And then don't think, just feel. Gently release and shake the legs out if that feels good. And then we'll establish tree on the other side. Try a little thing if tree is a regular part of your practice and yoga is a regular part of your life. Try closing the eyes before you come out of tree. And just notice what happens there. What is the feedback loop going to tell you? How are you going to be informed about the body's ability to be stable and still, about the mind's ability to get kicked in and spin a story. And release. And shake it out. All right, let's get down on the earth. So we're going to do Dandasana, so forward bend from seated position. Again, if you have any issues with your knees, put a little something under the knees, right, to create the bend in your knees. Also, if you have lower back issues, be very gentle here. And rather than just sort of statically going into a forward bend and then sort of grinning and bearing it, right, in that forward bend because it's so uncomfortable, rather take your time with breath to kind of feel your way, moving your body in a way that the body will respond well to. For a lot of us, moving like we're moving through molasses or liquid of some sort. That's how flow came about, right? It's just keeping the body moving appropriately, mindfully. Try that too. And only be where it's appropriate for you to be in any moment. So, you could be using a bolster here, for example. to come forward. And I invite everybody to move the flesh, those of us who have some, to move the flesh back and away. Basically, what we're trying to do is to find our seat on our sits bones. Okay? That immediately is shifting the pelvis a little forward, which is helpful because we're coming forward. Keeping the feet flexed, even if there's a bend in the knee, keep the feet flexed. When you don't keep the feet flexed, the legs are floppy, they're not working. Keep them flexed so the legs are working. Inhale, take it up, lifting the hips up out of the earth. And exhale with a flat back. Begin to come out and over. Forget about head down to the knee or laying your chest on your legs, unless that's appropriate, and that's what you do whenever you do a forward bend. Rather, just be thinking about an open heart, a soft open heart, and a strong back, moving the body, the upper body forward. Closing the eyes, taking about 5 or 6 breaths, just to have this journey, this seated forward bend. Doesn't matter where it lands up. And then slowly draw the navel back to the spine, so beginning to round the back and roll up, stacking the vertebra one at a time. Good. Now we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to just take the right leg up, and we're going to rest the right leg to the right. So the foot's up in the thigh, somewhere in the thigh, or maybe it's closer towards the knee if you have a bit of issue here, or if you're super tight in the hips. And the left leg is straight out. Again, moving the flesh back and away, keeping that left foot flexed. Inhale, reach up, touch the sky, and exhale, begin to fold forward over the left leg. So you can see that you would need to maybe facilitate a little twist to the left. So you can, in fact, come over the left leg. Otherwise, you're coming straight forward. There's a little twist here. You can use the right hand to clasp around the outer edge, the pinky toe side of your left foot, to help torque a little bit more. And then folding down over the leg. Again, not being shy, utilizing the blocks or the cushions or the pillows to bring the earth up to meet you. And slowly coming on up. And swapping sides, shake the leg out if that feels good. And draw up the left leg and let it come to land. Keeping that right foot flexed. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, twist to the right. And begin to come over and out. Taking your time. Always asking for a little bit more on the exhale than you do on the inhale, because we don't want to overstretch or pull something or hurt the body in any way. We would lose that beautiful, gentle practice for ourselves, kindness and compassion. We don't work super mindfully and with a kindness. It's like a kind curiosity. gently draw it on up. So let's do pigeon for opening the hips a little bit. There's two ways we can do pigeon. The sort of classic way of doing pigeon in vinyasa kind of class is to take it from down dog. The other way to do pigeon is to start with you just laying on your backs. So I think I'm going to just demonstrate. If you do a classic pigeon, starting from down dog, and bringing the leg through and placing it for pigeon, you go right ahead and do that. But I'm going to demonstrate this way. I'm moving out of the camera shot here. So we'll keep the right foot on the floor, bending up the left leg and placing the left foot over the top of the right knee. Okay? And just letting that left knee fall out to the side. Just let it relax. Okay? And then we're going to pick up the right leg, keeping the calf of the right leg parallel to your mat. Leg is bent. And then we're going to clasp our hands around the back of the right thigh. Now for some people, this is a lot of sensation in the glute, the left side, in the hamstring, in the left hip. There's just a tremendous amount of sensation. And for some people, maybe there's a lot of sensation even in the right glutes and hamstring. So if this is the case, just hold on here if you can. If you're at that place between effort and ease, right? We call it sthira sukha. So there is a harmony, there is a balance, there is a place of stability and quiet for the body and the mind when we're not pushing it either way or being lazy. There's this great place where it meets together. And that's when it feels really good. Like you're working, you're doing something, right? You're opening the body, you're giving it its attention it's needing from you. But at the same time, you're not hurting anything. So you haven't kicked your nervous system into overdrive where you're in extreme discomfort. Because that's not yoga. Well, might be for some. Not for me and not for what I'm sharing here today. So if you can have a little more sensation than what you're feeling if you're like this, on the exhale, try to draw the right leg in and then just energetically, meaning without pushing, try to send that left knee even further away and down. So you're using the mind, right, to focus your attention on doing these things. The arms are drawing the right leg into the body, and the mind is inviting the left knee to open, thereby opening the left hip, creating some movement in that left hip area. One more breath. Exhale, drawing in and sending left one away. And then releasing, bringing the knees together. Placing the feet on either side of the mat and just letting the knees touch, just to counter that particular posture. All right, let's go the other side. Right foot comes up on top of left knee. And before lifting up the left leg, just let that right knee kind of relax, let it move a little bit, so it gets the idea of what you're about to ask it to do. And then lift the left leg up, keeping the calf parallel. Hands clasped. And on the exhale, keep that right foot flexed, keep that left foot flexed. The legs are active and engaged here. On the exhale, draw soft shoulders. Back is resting, completely resting on the earth. Draw the left leg in. Energetically invite the right knee to just fall out to the right. More breaths. What can you let go of here? What are you're holding on to that it's holding on in your body too. Something in the heart, something in the mind that is sitting deep inside the tissues of your body. What can you let go of here? And gently release. Legs come together. Feet land on each side of the mat and let the knees touch. Alright. We're going to do one little, no we're not. We're out of time this morning. We're going to just finish up with a restorative twist. So again, laying on the back, arms out to the side. Let the legs fall gently to one side. Let them come to land. If it doesn't feel comfy for you, pick up a cushion or a block, and maybe you want to rest whatever that is between the legs, so that you're not having to hold your legs. You're not asking the muscles to be working here. This is a completely relaxed posture. If the shoulder blades can land on the upper shoulders can land on the earth, great. If not, you might also think to put a pillow under the left wing, which perhaps is not landing, because maybe the posture is a little too much for where your body is in this moment. And put something there to lift it, so you're not having to hold that left wing up. You can let it rest on something. Close the eyes. Perhaps turn the head away from the way the knees are pointing. Getting a last little neck stretch here. And then reach for the other side. Using the core muscles, the abdominal muscles, to lift the legs on up. Letting them come to land on the other side. If you want more of a stretch, you just take the top leg, wrap it over the bottom leg, and then bring the legs over together. That creates more of a stretch through the psoas muscle and the hip flexor. You try these things, and then you choose to find that perfect balance, that harmony between effort and ease. Stable body, easeful body equates to a stable and an easeful mind. And then engage those abs again, bringing the legs on up. And then letting them fall out in front of you as you lay back for the most important posture of the day, Shavasana. And then I invite you to stay here as long as you can. As long as you can in your own spaces, is to lay in Shavasana and just take the time to breathe, to relax, and to feel all the feels that you can, right? All the sensations, the work you've done with the body, the openings that you feel, which hopefully you do feel some opening. Hopefully you've made some spaces for the body to be more comfortable in itself. Yoga is a practice that really encourages us to be present, to be in the here and in the now. And so I invite you to always carry that with you and let the anchor be your breath, breathing anyway. So it's helpful if you pay your attention, if you put your attention on your breath, whenever you're starting to feel like your mind is going off a million miles a day, which of course it is, right? A million stories we get attached to. Just keep trying to draw the attention back to this one breath, just this one. And find yourself dropping into presence, your own presence. And that's the only place where we really have any power. So may you be well, may you be safe, may you be happy.